For almost 70 years, we've been using chemotherapy, radiation, as the only weapon against cancer. And we have to admit, all these procedures failed. Cancer is still death verdict, and cancer is the second cause of death. The progress in the war against cancer has been very small. The scientific studies show that in the last 20 years, 5 years survival, not recovery from cancer, but 5 years survival improved by only 2%. This is not a progress. And this is time that we start looking for alternatives to cancer. And cellular medicine offers such alternatives. The direction of research in cancer has been defined by 1992, so it's almost 20 years ago, by Dr. Rath in his publication. And many years later, where we were able to start and do our own research, we made cancer as our first scientific project, and we didn't have to wait for long for good results. In 2002, we announced in the largest newspaper in the United States, the USA Today, that we witnessed a breakthrough in cancer research. So we just want to inform the patients, responsible scientists, that there is a new direction that gives us a hope and gives us a real opportunity to control this health problem. And we were very pleased that, a few years later, this was in 2009, the Journal of Clinical Oncology announced that currently there are about 100 studies, clinical studies with different natural components, both in prevention and also in therapy of cancer. So there is some progress. But now I want to tell you how we fight with cancer. We know that the death from cancer does not occur in most cases because of cancer developed in one organ. 9 out of 10 patients, cancer patients, die of metastasis, of the fact that the cancer spread all over the body, but not of the primary tumors. Therefore, we looked at the natural ways, how we can control invasion of cancer cells in the tissue and their spread to other organs in the body. So then we looked how the cells of our organs are built. And what we know, that every cell in our body is surrounded by a network or a mesh of collagen and other proteins which form connective tissue. The name connective, it means that they connect something. They connect cells, they glue cells together. And cancer cells, if they want to grow, expand in the tissue, and invade other organs, they need to break this network of collagen fibers. And they use specific enzymes to do that. So in our approach, we were looking which nutrients, natural components, can prevent this enzymatic activity and prevent damage of the connective tissue. And this is the group of nutrients that work together in the synergy, which we have shown that is effective in blocking cancer cells from spreading in the tissue and from invading other organs. The key nutrient in this mixture is vitamin C. Why? Because vitamin C, from one aspect, is able to inhibit this enzyme, so it acts like this blue structure that goes into a mouth of the enzyme and inhibits its activity. But also vitamin C is essential nutrients for production of this connective tissue, those strong fibers that surround the cells in our body. So it has its dual role. And also we need to remember that our body is not able to produce even one molecule of vitamin C. Everything comes from our diet, which, as we know, may be not ideal. So the next picture will show you how vitamin C itself is important in protecting, in preventing cancer cells from spreading in the tissue. And in this aspect, in this experiment, we used specific type of mice that we developed in our laboratory. This is a unique strain of mice because they cannot produce vitamin C like humans. So they rely on vitamin C in the diet. And what we did, we divided them into two groups. One group was taking vitamin C in a diet, and the other group was taking a diet that did not have vitamin C. And into all mice, we injected skin cells, cancer cells, melanoma, and then we looked how cancer develops in these two groups of animals. And especially we were interested how tumors look in the group of animals that was taking vitamin C in a diet and in the group that was taking diet depleted of vitamin C. And here you can see the results. This is the cross-section of a tumor from the mouse that had the diet supplemented with vitamin C. What is characteristic is this pink border that surrounds the interior of the tumor. This dark area represents inside of the tumor, and this is the border. And what you can see that there is a very thick pink layer. And this pink layer is made of collagen, of connective tissue, which prevents cancer cells from inside of the tumor spreading in the tissue. The tumor that was isolated from a mouse that did not have vitamin C in a diet looks completely different. And here you can see there is no pink border, and cancer cells are easily spreading all over the tissue. And as a fact, these animals also had many metastases. So this result illustrates to you how important is vitamin C itself in controlling cancer. But what we have studied and what we documented in more than 70 scientific publications in the studies conducted on more than 40 different types of human cancers is that this nutrients mixture that I presented to you earlier is able not only inhibit tumor growth, not only inhibit metastasis, which are, of course, the key aspect of cancer, but also it can decrease the formation of blood vessels that feed tumors, and this is why tumors cannot grow. And also, it is able to act as a natural chemotherapy compound because it can trigger death of cancer cells through natural mechanism, through triggering certain genes that cause cells to die. This is the process called apoptosis.